Today's video sponsor AliExpress has sent me a random mystery keyboard and a random mystery mouse. And so in this video we're going to be unboxing and testing out these mystery peripherals. I'm going to be seeing if they're any good for gaming, and finally I'm going to decide if either of these are replacing my current mouse and keyboard in my gaming setup. So the random mystery keyboard we've been sent is the SEENDA triple folding keyboard with touchpad. So it comes in this cardboard box. Let's take a look inside. Inside we have an instruction manual, which we don't need. And then the keyboard itself in this bag feels fairly solid. It's got this fake leather texture, which is slightly rubberized. Just a USB-C cable for charging, presumably. So this is actually quite an interesting concept, a folding keyboard with a touchpad. There's some satisfying plastic to peel off. Nice. I guess it is exactly what it says on the listing, a folding keyboard. It folds up. It's quite satisfying actually. So this is how big it is compared to a slipper. About the same size as a slipper. So at the top we have a USB-C port, presumably for charging, as well as an on and off switch. As I mentioned, the outside of this keyboard is made out of this rubbery fake leather material, which isn't terrible. And if we unfold the keyboard, the hinge mechanism is okay. It's not particularly satisfying, but it gets the job done. It does look like this shiny part of the keyboard should be made out of metal, but on closer inspection it's plastic. The question is, how does it feel to type on? I'm going to compare it to the MacBook typing experience. To be honest, the typing experience isn't terrible. It feels like any low profile laptop keyboard, but there are some weird quirks that I've noticed. If you take a closer look at the spacebar, it's actually in two parts. And because of the hinge, some of the buttons are unusually small, like the T and the V. That might take some getting used to. Now the trackpad we're going to test out later on in the video when I hook it up to my computer. But my initial impressions are it feels okay, it's got a fairly decent texture. So currently on AliExpress it's 58% off and costs £17.83, which is pretty specific. It also has 4.7 stars, so a lot of people seem to be really liking this folding keyboard. It can either be connected by Bluetooth or USB, and there is no backlight to the keyboard, but I think we already knew that. It says it's got 200 hours of battery life. So I've been trying to think who this keyboard is actually for, because if you're going to be using it with a desktop computer, then you might as well not use a folding keyboard, just use a normal keyboard. Situations where I think this keyboard would be practical is if you have a computer set up to your TV and you want a wireless keyboard mouse combo to control the computer from the comfort of your sofa. The other scenario that I can think of is if you want a mouse and keyboard combo that's portable to either use with your smartphone or a small tablet. This is definitely very pocketable, so you can keep it in your pocket, and let's say you go to a cafe or a library and you can set your phone or tablet on a desk, unfold this keyboard and start typing on a real keyboard as opposed to the on-screen keyboard. I've just noticed the folding mechanism is actually magnetic. It holds itself closed. So if you do want to pick up this mouse and keyboard combo for yourself, there'll be a link in the description below. Now it's time to see what mouse they've sent us. Here it is. Here is the Shark Attack POR 3395. This appears to be one of those Logitech Superlight Pro clones, but after a quick YouTube search, in the mouse community, this appears to be pretty positively reviewed. The consensus seems to be this is pretty much as good as the Logitech Superlight, so that's pretty exciting. Anyway, let's take a look inside the box. So what do we have here? So there is a braided USB-C cable for charging the mouse. There's also some mouse grip tape, an instruction manual, and finally the mouse itself. Wow, this actually feels really light. This is my first exposure to an ultralight gaming mouse. It feels really light. This is crazy. Coming from my current G502, this is like half the weight. I really like this. On the box, it says that it's 59 grams. I don't have any accurate scales to verify that, so we're going to take their word for it. It's also got tri-mode connection, so wired, Bluetooth, or with a dongle. So it feels very nice and comfortable in the hand. It's got this nice plastic sort of rough texture, but it doesn't feel cheap, and there's no sort of body flex when I try and squeeze it. The mouse clicks are nice and satisfying. The scroll wheel feels fine. It's got this nice rubber texture, and there are two side buttons. On the bottom we have the sensor. I believe this is a PixArt 3395 sensor. I'm not going to pretend that I know anything about mice sensors, but apparently it goes up to 1000 Hertz polling rate, which I've heard is pretty good. Let's peel this protector off the skates. Under this door is the USB dongle. There you go. Also on the bottom is a DPI selection button, as well as another button. From the instructions, I believe this is a button that cycles through the polling rate, so you want to make sure that's on as high as possible, as well as a connectivity switch. So you can either have the mouse off, connected via Bluetooth, or via the dongle. So my initial impressions are, this is a very nice mouse actually. It feels very smooth, it's very light, comfortable to hold, and the buttons are very clicky. Yeah, no, this is good. Let's see how much it costs on AliExpress. So currently on AliExpress, this costs £27.13, which is 48% off during the summer sale. It appears to have taken a lot of inspiration from the very popular Logitech Superlight, which currently costs around £100. So if this is at all any good, then this may be a really good deal. So before we go upstairs and test out this unusual keyboard and mouse, got a quick word from our sponsor AliExpress. So as I mentioned, if you want to buy any of these products, there will be a link in the description below, and if you use this code here, you'll get some money off of the keyboard, and if you use this code here, then you get some money off this Shark Attack mouse. I also want to mention the AliExpress summer sale that'll be running from the 16th of June to the 25th of June, where you'll be able to enjoy up to 80% off certain products. There'll also be flash sales where certain products will be £1. You'll also be able to participate in the Shake and Win a mystery prize. So just a reminder, the AliExpress summer sale event is between the 16th to 25th of June 2025, so don't miss out. They've also given me a bunch of exclusive codes that will all be on screen now, so if you want to use any of them, you'll save some money. So our final message from AliExpress is that the cashback challenge is coming back. There'll be a link in the description. Join my team, it's the best team. And once you've joined my team, you'll start earning points by shopping on AliExpress, and that'll give you 5% cash back. But if your points increase, you'll eventually start earning 10% cash back up to £450. So it sounds like free money, so you should definitely join my team in the description below. And once you've joined my team, it's game on. You can invite friends and family for more cash back for everyone. So yeah, definitely do that. Link in the description, as I mentioned. So anyway, it's now time to test out this unusual keyboard and pretty cool mouse on some games to see if I'm going to be switching my current gaming peripherals for either of these. So here we are, Minecraft loaded on my MacBook, which is a bit unusual. It turns out my desktop computer doesn't have Bluetooth, so I wouldn't have been able to connect this folding keyboard to it. So I've had to set everything up on the MacBook. So I'm going to start off by testing out my current keyboard and mouse. So this is just a generic £30 mechanical Logitech keyboard with no RGB. And here we have the Logitech G502. So there is potential for swapping out either of these peripherals depending on how these AliExpress products perform. So to get a benchmark, I'm going to play some Minecraft with my current mouse and keyboard. I mean, this feels fine. There's not really any problems with either of these peripherals. All right, so the first peripheral we're going to switch out is the mouse. I've added the grip tape to it, so it looks pretty cool. See how it performs. So immediately I prefer this for a number of reasons. The first reason is the weight. This is a lot lighter than this Logitech mouse, which actually is something I didn't think I liked, but since using this mouse, it's a lot nicer. The second reason is that it is actually very comfortable. Also, I do like the fact that it's wireless. I didn't think that I cared about having a wire attached. I can definitely feel the wire on the desk with this Logitech, and it does feel very accurate with no input delay. It's pretty much identical to this Logitech in terms of input. So I need to make a decision. Am I going to be switching my current Logitech gaming mouse for this Shark Attack gaming mouse? And I think I am going to. I do actually prefer this Shark Attack ultralight mouse. I think it's a lot more comfortable, it's lighter, it's wireless. Not to say that this Logitech is bad, but I do prefer this. So we are going to be switching. So we're now going to be testing out this folding keyboard for gaming. So I've connected it via Bluetooth to the MacBook. Turns out you can't actually connect it over USB, it has to be Bluetooth. So I was unable to connect it to my desktop because that doesn't have Bluetooth. So let's start off with my Logitech keyboard. Feels fine. Okay, let's switch over to the folding keyboard. I mean, first impressions, it works fine, but I wouldn't say that it feels particularly good. It feels like any sort of cheap, low profile laptop keyboard. But yeah, you are able to game on it fine. I'm now going to test out the trackpad, and that works as well. Obviously gaming with a trackpad is not ideal, but it works. It's definitely not the biggest trackpad. It's a downgrade from my MacBook trackpad, but that's not what this is going for. This is a portable folding keyboard, trying to keep everything a bit smaller. Definitely not ideal for gaming, but we are going to test out typing. So I'm going to open up a Word document. As I've already said, I think the ideal situation for one of these is if you've got a computer hooked up to your TV and you want to use a mouse and keyboard while sat on the sofa. I think that's an ideal situation for one of these. So if I ever hook up a PC to my TV, then I'll probably be using this. But for my gaming setup, I'm not going to be swapping my Logitech keyboard. This keyboard is definitely better suited for gaming. So I'm going to wrap things up there. If you do want to check out any of the products mentioned in this video, I will be putting links in the description below. Let me know in the comments section below what your opinion is on either of these products. And as always, if you have enjoyed, drop us a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see everyone in my next video.